Tony Durrant is the Chief Executive, and he joins me now. So, Tony, how big is this find potentially?
The initial estimates are somewhere between 1 billion barrels and 2 billion barrels in place. And then, of course, we need to optimise the recovery from that in-place oil. So world-class by any standards.
And what price does the oil price have to be for you to break even, for the recoverability to be profitable?
The location of this discovery is shallow water. It's close to the Mexican coast, conveniently located. So we expect this to be a relatively inexpensive development. It will take some time to fully evaluate, but I would hazard a guess at somewhere in the $25 to $30 a barrel break even.
It's pretty cheap.
Meaning above that, both the Mexican government and, of course, our own consortium should be able to make a profitable venture.
Now, half of your shareholders are individual private investors. I guess they'll be pleased today because the shares have gone up substantially, but they'll probably be wondering, am I going to have to stump up more capital to get this stuff out of the ground?
Yes, I'm particularly pleased, I have to say, for not just shareholders but also our other stakeholders. As you said earlier, it's been a difficult period for the oil industry as a whole, volatility and indeed a relatively low price over the last 2 or 3 years. Many of our shareholders have stayed with us, so today is some reward for their loyalty. We hope only the beginning of a recovery in our fortunes and for the industry as a whole.
And what's it like doing business in Mexico? I mean, no foreign company for years has been able to even explore in Mexico. How did you get in there?
Yes,
what was attractive?
Full credit to the Mexican government. They took the political decision to open up their industry to the international oil industry after many years of full state control. And they took that decision in an environment where the oil price was falling, and therefore the initial reaction from the majority of the oil industry was to stay on the sidelines. We took the opportunity to go in there and picked up actually the first licence in 2015, and today's discovery is indeed on that licence. We're early days in developing the relationship between the international oil industry and the Mexican government, but I must say all our dealings with them so far have been very fair and very encouraging.
And very briefly, any view on the oil price?
I am bullish. You'd expect me to say that, I think. But I can see that there hasn't been enough investment in the offshore oil industry in the last 2 years. Meanwhile, demand continues. So in the medium and long term, I remain bullish.
All right, Tony Durrant from Premier Oil. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.